out how to do it too, because it was just easier for me to just have it done already. So we're ready to go. The easiest way to find your aorta is to actually find your kidney, okay, and roll your kidney toward the middle of the body, and your kidney is attached to the aorta via the renal artery. Okay. You are responsible for knowing renal artery. I should have drawn them up there and I forgot. Okay. So we've got the renal artery. Oh, I know, because usually we don't test on it, but it's on the test already, so we're doing it. Okay. So here we have renal artery. It's supplying the kidney, and it's just the artery attached to the kidney. It's really easy to see it. Okay. You can move the spick and span. Okay. So that's the easiest way to find the aorta, and then you can just use your probe and you can clean all along the aorta. But what you're going to have to do is these guys. You see these two major vessels right there? There's one here and one there. Okay. These two guys, they will actually be covered up by muscle. So what you're going to do is you're going to go along and you should be able to feel them. Okay, so you're going to feel where they connect with the aorta. And then once you find that, you'll actually have to cut through the muscle in order to see them. Okay? So I've actually removed a piece of muscle that was sitting right here so that I could see these guys. Okay? So the first one up here, this is the celiac trunk. Okay? So the celiac trunk is the first one. Okay. And then the second one is the superior mesenteric artery. Okay. So we have celiac trunk, we have superior mesenteric artery. Celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery. Celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery. Let me see. Celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery. Right. Celiac, superior mesenteric. Okay. Then, what's this right here? That's ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. If you grab descending colon and you pull it off to the cat's right, okay, to the right, then you'll see another smaller artery connected to the aorta, okay, and this one is inferior mesenteric artery. Okay. This one's easy to cut, so you want to be careful that you don't cut it. Okay. So we got celiac trunk and superior mesenteric artery, and then we have inferior mesenteric artery way down further. Okay. And this is true in the cadaver too. Okay. So celiac trunk and superior mesenteric will be pretty close together, and then inferior mesenteric will be down toward the bottom. Okay. Okay, you don't have to know very many of the branches off of these guys for now. One that I do want you to know, well, we'll see if we can see it on our cats. I'm going to tell you to know it, and then if it's on nobody else's cats very well, then we'll just erase it. Okay. But the first branch off of the celiac trunk is the left gastric. Okay. So here's left gastric right there. It's that first major branch off of the celiac trunk. Okay. Turn this around so you guys can see. So here's left gastric right there. Okay. So it's that first major branch off of celiac trunk. Left gastric. And that's the only one we'll do. Okay. Now, if I go here, what am I holding here? Small intestine, what part? Jejunum. It's jejunum. So if we look here in jejunum and we see little red arteries there, what are those? Those are jejunal arteries. Yeah, awesome. What am I holding here? That's ileum. So if there's little red arteries, oh, none of them are dyed. Oh man, if they were dyed, we'd see them. Hopefully some of yours are. But if we had little red arteries in here, what would they be? Ileal arteries. Okay. Your cat should have them dyed. Mine just doesn't because it's a failure. Okay. So ileal arteries will be going to the ileum, jejunal arteries going out to the jejunum. Okay. The one I didn't get, actually, so we all can watch me do this. Okay. So here's ileum, here's ascending colon right there. What's this bit hanging off the end here? The cecum. Okay. If you grab right where these join together and then kind of feel in the mesenteries here, you'll feel an artery in there. And then you can just take your probe and you can dig it out. Ooh, there's a nice vein here too. Okay. This artery that I'm seeing here, okay, this one right there, the artery, that is the ileocolic artery. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is the ileocolic artery. Cool. So see, it's going right to the union between those two. I don't know if we can see middle colic. Oh yeah, we can. Middle colic. I don't want to break this. It's really tiny. Okay, so here's. Oh, my cat's making my eyes burn today. Here's right ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and then there's this little artery right here. I want this to be free. This one is middle colic. And I'll probably point it out on a model because it'll just be easier to pin than on a cat. Okay. So this one right here, I'll turn it around so you guys can see it. That one right there, that's middle colic. You see it? Mm-hmm. It's going right into the middle of the transverse colon. You guys see it? Here's middle colic right there. So just think, right, this is colon, right? The large intestine is also called the colon. So middle colic goes right to the middle of the colon, right? Middle colic, which is transverse colon. So here's, get out of the way. Here's middle colic right there. Cool? Everybody? Okay, let's see what else. Okay. Then this would be really hard to pin these guys though. Okay, our inferior mesenteric artery, okay, it hits the descending colon down here, and then it splits. Part of it goes up toward descending colon, so this part here, that is left colic. All right, remember. So when it splits and it goes up toward the descending colon, then we're looking at left colic. Okay. The part that goes downward, that goes down toward the rectum and stuff. Okay. At first it's the sigmoid artery, okay. And then further down it's the superior rectal. I will not pin superior rectal for sure. And on a cat I probably won't pin sigmoid and I probably won't pin left colic, but I want you to see them anyway, just so that you have some idea. Okay. Any questions so far? No. Okay, the hepatic portal system is a little bit more difficult to figure out where things are. Okay, so we're going to try really hard to get it good. Okay. What I do usually, if you see stuff that's yellow, you should be able to take your probe and you should be able to probe along things and get those yellow guys to pop out. What is nice about them is that they are all yellow, so they're fairly easy to see through stuff. If you look in your cat and stuff isn't yellow in there, then you might not want to dig around for stuff because it'll just take you too long to find it. So you'll just look at somebody's cat who's got yellow, okay? All right, the easiest one is inferior mesenteric vein, okay? Because inferior mesenteric vein, it's this guy running right along all of this hindgut. So you know hindgut is descending colon, it's sigmoid colon, and it's the rectum, right? And so this yellow guy here is running along all of this descending colon, okay? And all of this sigmoid colon and rectum. So this is inferior mesenteric right there. For superior mesenteric, what I recommend is to take all of your guts and pull them to the side here. So pull them to the side just like you did to find the celiac trunk and the superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric vein, right? The inferior mesenteric vein will go up and join it, okay? But then for the most part, this big guy right here is running right next to this guy right here. So this is superior mesenteric vein, and then this was superior mesenteric artery. And they're running right next to each other. Okay. And if we pull on them, if we pull gently, we pull on all midgut. Right, if we pull on these two guys, we're pulling on midgut, because midgut is mostly small intestine. So if we pull on them, we pull on small intestine. Okay. So let me turn this around and show you guys. So this one, right, this second branch off aorta, that was superior mesenteric artery. So superior mesenteric vein is the one running right next to it. Everybody see that? And it's the really big one there. Okay? Then, if we pull all of our, so foregut is all this stuff, right? It's the stomach, it's duodenum, it's liver. So if we push all of our foregut upwards, okay, then you'll still see your superior mesenteric going up toward the liver. And then there'll be this guy right here that's joining up with it. And this guy's coming from all of this foregut here. So this one is splenic vein. And it's got a whole bunch of little branches coming back from all of our foregut. Okay. So see, here's all my foregut shoved up here. So then there's this vein right there that's coming from all the foregut, and it's joining up with superior mesenteric. Okay. So this is splenic vein right there. And then after those two join together, so after splenic vein joins up with superior mesenteric, then there's this big vein right here. Get my probe under it. This big guy right here, that's hepatic portal vein right there. Okay. So and you can see superior mesenteric and splenic coming together, and then you have hepatic portal. See? Portal. Hepatic portal. Hepatic portal vein right there. Hepatic portal.
Thank you.
Cool? Alrighty. Let's see. We can't see hepatic vein. Lucky. Nice. Okay.